If you were out early this morning, you might have gotten caught up in some heavy rainfall. We saw the rain backing up along 10th and Sherman, and that caused some high water and flooding there. Our crew saw cars stuck in even under the water at that location. Some cars still deciding to push through the tide. That's always something that we do advise against. Yes. Thanks for joining us at 13 News at noon today. I'm Anne Marie Tiernan here with Lindsay Monroe. It's so fun to work together.
I know.
It is a soggy Thursday, yes. A wet start this morning. My husband's like, did you hear that storm? It was around 4 o'clock. I'm like, nope, I slept right through it.
Well, I was awake because for some reason my dog no longer likes thunder. He was okay with it forever. Now the thunder is alarming.
An issue.
We did have lightning, thunder, heavy rainfall, and flood-prone areas, as you saw, underwater this morning. This is all starting to clear out, and while we have a little bit of leftover rain still on the radar, I give it another couple of hours. I believe we're going to wrap this rain up, and we'll be talking all about the change of temperature. Right now, we'll head up to where a steady rain is still falling across portions of northern Hamilton County. This will take us up into Madison County, northern extent of Delaware County, and even farther to the north and east of there. Steady rain and even some embedded pockets of some heavier rainfall just to the west of Anderson. No lightning out there, not expecting that to be the case. In fact, over the next few hours, as our wind direction changes on the backside of a cold front, that's going to continue to usher in drier air, eating into what's left as far as the moisture in our atmosphere. So things will start to dry up and rain's going to start to wrap up as well. Pretty thick cloud cover, even with the rain coming to an end. Still going to be a mostly cloudy afternoon. But what we're really noticing from north to south is this transition to less humid air, even cooler air. It is 64 degrees in Kokomo. Indy has now dropped to 67. It is 70 in Shelbyville, but still 77 in Bloomington on the warm and humid side of that frontal boundary, where dew points are still in the mid 70s in Bedford versus a very dry air with dew points near 60. Anytime we get a dew point of 60 or below, we consider that comfortable and pleasant. We are all headed in that direction. It's still going to take some time to get there, though. Over the next several hours between now and about 6 p.m., we'll continue to see that cold front slide to the south. We'll keep the cloud cover around. Temperatures likely going to stay in the 60s north, 70s south today. We'll talk more about the road to the weekend and how long this refreshing air looks to stick around.
Thanks, Lindsay. We'll check back. Meantime, investigators today are working to determine why a small plane crashed in Greenwood. Today marks the first full day for the feds to determine what combination of man, machine, and environment failed yesterday morning. The pilot has been identified as 44-year-old Ann Tu Nguyen, and she died when that plane went down shortly after takeoff. We're told she's a graduate of Purdue and the first Vietnamese woman who is set to fly around the world. Alex Almanza found the video that the pilot posted just minutes before takeoff.
In a video posted to Instagram, Ann Tu Nguyen says it's more than just a flight. It's a mission to inspire the next generation of Asian female pilots, engineers, and STEM professionals. But about 15 minutes after posting that video, officials say her single-engine plane took off and then crashed behind this gas station near the intersection of East Main Street and Chic Road.
I pulled right up to the site, jumped out of the truck. I could smell fuel and it was smoking. And as I got close to the plane, I could tell there wasn't a survivor.
Meanwhile, the 911 calls started pouring in.
Johnson County 911. Hey, there's a plane crash at Main Street and 65 in Greenwood just now.
There's a plane crash that just happened behind the Circle K at Chic Road and Main Street.
Johnson County 911, are you calling about the plane crash? Absolutely, yeah.
I cry out to God, oh my God, you know there's lives at stake, and you don't know how many, if it's just going to be the people on the plane, what it's going to hit.
The Purdue graduate grew up in Vietnam, saying she was always fascinated by flying machines. At the age of 12, she moved to the U.S., later founding a nonprofit in 2018 for Asian women in the aerospace field, and then opening a training academy in Florida. The nonprofit releasing a statement saying in part, Ann Tu was an inspiring pilot, instructor, and advocate for girls and women in aerospace, engineering, and aviation. She lived with boldness, curiosity, and drive. While the mission is grounded, her message still taking flight.
Investigators today do credit the pilot for avoiding buildings and people on the ground. Today, we now know that Gloria Bass is the 43-year-old woman who was hit and killed as she crossed the street near Crown Hill Cemetery. It happened yesterday around 5:30 Wednesday morning on West 38th Street. She went to the hospital in critical condition, and that's where she later died. Police say the driver involved did stay on the scene and is cooperating with the investigation. Safety advocates, meantime, say that 38th Street is a pedestrian's nightmare. The posted speed limit is 45, but drivers go much faster. It also is 6 lanes wide for pedestrians to cross, and Bass isn't the first pedestrian killed there. Amoria Henderson's brother Andre died at that very same spot 5 years ago. A driver hit the 21-year-old as he rode his bike near 38th and Boulevard. Henderson now says her brother's death changed her entire approach to safety.
And now that I have a kid as well, sometimes with a stroller, I'm not just going to hurry up and walk across the street. I'm going to take a couple minutes, make sure I'm good, and then I'll go.
Safe Streets Indy reports that Bass is now the 13th pedestrian killed on Indianapolis streets this year. The man who's on trial for the murder of 3 people in what prosecutors call a setup has now been found guilty on 2 counts. That jury deliberating for more than 11 hours before reaching that verdict overnight. The jury convicted 25-year-old Malik Shaw in the killings of 2 people, Aaliyah Wortman and London Coleman. However, the jury deadlocked on the murder charge for Spencer Lawson. That shooting happened in April of 2024 on the northeast side in a parking lot at a Lawrence apartment complex. Prosecutors say it was a setup to execute a man during a drug deal. The defense, however, called all the evidence in the case circumstantial. The sentencing now is set for August 27th. Today, downtown Indianapolis is rolling out the welcome mat to tens of thousands of visitors for what is dubbed as the best 4 days in gaming. It's Gen Con, and it is the largest and longest running tabletop gaming convention in North America. Anna Chalker was inside the convention center earlier today as everyone was led inside as they opened the doors.
This crowd around me is just one of the small sections of the 75,000 people that are here for Gen Con weekend, and it's a sold-out one in its 22nd year that's become a staple here in the city. A staple that has become a part of thousands summer vacations. As doors opened, gamers from all over the country rushed in to take part in nearly 30,000 ticketed events, gaming sessions, and more. But this isn't all they'll be able to experience this weekend, as parts of Lucas Oil Stadium and nearby hotels will be hotspots for events, and people will be able to stop by South Street for a block party to take part in special menus from food trucks centered around their favorite games. Visit Indy says as this convention grows every year, so does the embrace from the downtown area.
It's beyond the restaurants, it's beyond the hotels, it's all the gaming stores and attractions in the city. So you feel it in the community. Indy wants Gen Con here, and we want them back for years to come.
Gen Con runs through Sunday, and for a closer look at everything happening inside and out of the convention center, you can head to WTHR.com. Inside the convention center, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
Thank you, Anna. Also ahead, the Indiana State Fair opens tomorrow, and today inspectors are out at the fairgrounds. They're canvassing the grounds to make sure that all the rides are ready for opening day. That kicks off tomorrow, and the fair runs through August 17th. We do have a cool down on the way, so this might be just the perfect weekend for you to go out and check out the Indiana State Fair.